I'm here for a pot, and I think what I need is something shallow and wide. Shallow and wide, I think that's what I need. The trouble is color. Color. There's nobody here. It's great. I just seriously dropped my phone, like, badly. You guys. It's all over. You know me. I can't say no to more plants. It's so bad. It's bad. I could stay here forever, just looking at stuff, if my hand wouldn't break from carrying a basket and a baby at the same time. All the things I want. Okay. No, leave that alone. Be gentle with the plants. Gentle. No, gentle. Badino, pusti. Mercur, please make grocery carts with seats for children. I just didn't happen to bring my baby carrier, and this is a total nightmare. I'm trying to work out how I can put everything into a carryable form so that I can walk out of here with my child and all the stuff I'm buying. Okay. This is not easy. Leave the plants alone. I survived. I'm hot. I'm out of breath. But we made it. We made it out alive. Now, I go home, and I'm not gonna plant today. Mariah would love to do this. Just go home and just bang it out and like freaking plant and repot and do everything and like enjoy the crap out of it. But reasonable Mariah is saying, don't do this today. You have way too many other things to do. But unreasonable Mariah really wants to do this. We'll see who rationalizes who on the way home. I left my things in the car because she fell asleep and I couldn't risk her waking up and carrying in the pot, probably for the better. So, a little warning, I'm not gonna wear makeup every day. I can already feel myself pressuring myself to do my makeup every day if I'm going to record myself. I have on just a little bit of powder and a little bit of blush. And I don't want to get into the feeling of I have to do this because I promised myself that starting this channel I was going to be real. I wasn't going to put on makeup every day and kind of hide behind this facade of perfection, which is what I really want to do. But I feel like so many people in social media, entertainment, magazines, photography, they all perpetuate that artificial perfection as if it's reality. And the reality is, it isn't. None of us look that perfect all the time, and none of us have makeup on all the time, and none of us are in perfect physical shape all the time. And I really wanted to just be the kind of person that I felt okay sharing that with you when I wasn't perfect and all done up. I mean, this has taken years. If you had told me that I would be uploading a public video for anyone to watch and not have my makeup perfectly done, if you told me that when I was 23, 24, I never would have believed you. There's no way. When Luke and I got married, I was embarrassed to be around him without makeup on. It was that difficult for me. I had such a sense of I have to look perfect all the time and I have to cover up all my imperfections all the time. Luca partially really helped heal me of that, just by being loving and accepting of who I was and telling me I was beautiful even when I didn't have makeup on, which I didn't believe him. It really took he had to tell me all the time, and it's not like he had to, he just told me because he loved me. and he told me how beautiful I was when I wasn't wearing makeup, and I would be like, you'd say, oh, you look really beautiful. And I literally thought, like, I almost got upset with him the first couple times he said that because I thought he was just messing with me. That's how damaged I was. If you've ever read the book, The 4 Agreements, if you haven't, I really recommend it. But that book talks about making agreements with yourself and how your word or what you say to somebody can be very, very powerful. And people can say terrible things to you, but the only way it has any power is if you take that and make an agreement because of it. So if somebody like spits out poison at you, the only way it affects you is if you take that poison. I really realize this now, that when I was about, 16 or 17, I was really getting into the point where I wanted to wear makeup all the time. And I was really getting self-conscious without it. And one day I said to myself, I'm not going to wear makeup today. Today I won't wear makeup. It was a big thing for me. I can really remember it. And a good friend of ours just came over that day. He was like just a friend that we'd known each other since we were kids or whatever. And he was like, hey guys. And then he looked at me and he's like, oh, are you sick? And I literally took that and made an agreement with myself that I will never let people see me without makeup. He didn't mean it in an offensive way. I made all these assumptions based on that one comment. I must look so horrible. If I don't wear makeup, I look sick. And from that day forward, I always wore makeup. And based on that one comment, I made so many agreements with myself. And one of them was, I will never let people see me without makeup again. But I did a lot of work on myself. It took probably also aging helps. One of the things I said this year on my birthday was, I think one of the gifts of getting older is that you care less and less about the things that aren't so important in life. And you start to appreciate the things that are more important. And I think that's true with your perception of how you look. You just grow in maturity and in thought and in mindset. Doing a lot of work on myself, really digging down deep. People think that the road to enlightenment and self-development is like this really beautiful, lovely road, when in reality, I personally think it's full of hardships and demons and getting rid of all the things you've buried for years and years. And eventually you kind of have moments where you come out into the light and think oh wow, I'm so glad I made it through that. And then you kind of live in that light for a while and you realize you have more darkness to come out. I think that's almost a perpetual road. I think that if you're in the state where you're like, this is amazing, you just haven't reached the level where you start to get really deep. I remember distinctly in the beginning of my road on personal development thinking at one point, I really like the person I'm becoming. And it's one thing to read personal development, personal growth books, and it's another thing to actually do them. And that was a huge turning point for me. And that was a lot of the time, when I say, getting rid of your demons and finding the darkness in you that needs to come out to the light, that's really when that happened, is when I went through not just reading books, but actually applying that, and how difficult that was. Anyways, I just thought I'd share this part of really personal history of mine and why I want to be okay with being in front of a camera without lots of makeup. So I hope this was maybe helpful to somebody, and no, I'm not sick. I like to make fun of myself now for things like this. If somebody says something to you like that seems really offensive, don't take it personally. You have no idea what they were thinking when they said it. Their perception is not everybody's perception. The way everyone else perceives you is secondary to the way you perceive yourself. Anyways, I hope this was helpful. Just a little something personal I thought I'd share with you today, because I just really didn't want to put on makeup, and I didn't want to do it just because I would be recording. So Yeah.